When you drop off a bag of clothes for donation, where does it all go? Is it really going to someone in need? There are many pathways for your items, some resold in thrift stores, others regenerated into their second life, and then the rest make their way into landfills. Here's the process that Bank & Vogue, one of North America's largest distributors of used clothing, goes through. Let's take a bag of donations, for example. 25% of it will be resold at domestic thrift and charity stores after it's sorted and graded. The proceeds from these sales help the charity with their projects. But what about the other 75%? One, some of it is sold to East African countries. It may be donated, resold, or end up in the landfill. Two, a lot of it goes into manufacturing, where the textiles are shredded up and made into rags, known as ragging. 3. If it's not the right quality for ragging, it will be shredded and used for insulation, underpadding for carpets, filler for furniture, or made into shoddy, the material that lines a car's trunk. There are a few Franken fabrics that are difficult to recycle, spandex being one of them. So those yoga pants, they're kind of forever. But the good thing is that consumers won't have to repurchase their athleisure wear over and over. Because textile donations can be repurposed, donated items no longer have to be restricted to sweaters and old t-shirts anymore. In 2016, the city of Markham in Canada introduced textile recycling bins that accept other items too, like old linens and yes, even that single sock. And it's not just municipalities pitching in. The Salvation Army is also happy to take your textiles, even things that are too worn or torn. However, dirty or contaminated items will not be accepted. According to the Salvation Army thrift store, they diverted almost 80 million pounds of textiles from local landfills this year. But since when did our closets get so full? And how did it happen?
We suddenly have very many more seasons than we ever did. And every holiday is a shopping holiday. Here in the United States, we're just finishing Thanksgiving weekend. When did Thanksgiving weekend become the biggest consumer shopping holiday? And now it's not just Black Friday, it's also Cyber Monday, and it's back to school. Fashion didn't used to be about trends. Fashion used to be about functionality and style.
In North America, people are wearing their newest item of clothing only 7 times in comparison to European countries that wear an item up to 40 times. Consumers are buying 80 billion pieces of clothing worldwide each year. That's a staggering 400% increase from just 20 years ago. The biggest culprit is fast fashion, combined with our addiction to consume. Fast fashion is the trendy clothing dropping in stores and online that are coming to us cheaper, faster, and sooner than ever before. Which also means we're throwing out clothes faster too. Instead of following seasons, the business model for brands is to play a volume game and throw products into stores to see what will take off.
I would say it's about a 15 to 20 year phenomena that we're looking at. And so it's relatively new, which is why in many ways some of the ramifications of fast fashion, both on human life as well as on the planet, are things that are just starting to become clear to us.
The quantity of new clothes being produced means stress on the environment, polluting the waters with microfibers and dyes. It takes 2,700 liters of water to make one cotton t-shirt because cotton is such a thirsty crop, and that's how much water a person drinks in 2.5 years of their life. From a climate standpoint, textile production is very carbon intensive, and clothing production emits more greenhouse gases than shipping and aviation combined. Well, what about textile waste? Clothes simply thrown into the trash or items that didn't get a second life. In 2013, the U.S. generated 15.1 million tons of textile waste, and 12.8 of that was simply dumped into landfills. These textiles pollute groundwater, wreak havoc on the air when incinerated, and contribute to high levels of methane being released as they slowly decompose. What can you do as a consumer? Think twice about trashing your textile. If they're clean, donate it all. Yes, all of it. Don't worry if they're torn or missing the pair like gloves or socks. Just bring it in. Personal items like linen and towels and even women's bras are needed. Even if they're not sellable, skilled sorters and graders will know what path your pre-loved goods will embark on. This will ensure that textiles are in their proper streams instead of ending up straight in the landfill. Thanks for watching Global News. If you enjoyed what you just saw, please like the video. Also, hit the subscribe button on the screen to make sure you get all the latest international news and best trending video.